Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Let's call this June 27th meeting of the Board of Supervisors to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm a little short of voice this evening. I don't know how long it will last, so we'll try to keep this short and quick if we can. Moment of silence. John Stahl, our former supervisor, he has moved on to Concord, right? So he's doing well. Is all right?
I haven't talked to her since they moved him, but he was moved on Friday. He texted me. And he was happy to go to Concord from there.
Yeah, that was tough for that. So if you're so inclined, if you know John Stahl and wish to reach out to him, he's at the Concord. Moment of silence. Citizen participation. And this portion is for items that are on the agenda. Do we have any citizen participation? Hearing none. Move on to approval of the minutes for the May 16th supervisor meeting. I'll make a motion to approve those minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Abstain.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Brad. Next item is the supervisor special meeting, May 25th. Make a motion to approve those minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Abstain.
Thank you. Okay. Fire company presentation. Mike Minich, Chief of Shermans Fire Company. Mike, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
And Jay Kittner is my first assistant.
Jay, thank
He
you.
lives in your township.
Yep. All right.
That's why he gets here quick.
Now who wants to bring him up? There is a letter from him if you want to read it,
Oh,
or if you want to be checked.
How about if Mike, we'll hand you the check. Sorry, this isn't super formal.
He's going to get some
camera
other
later.
Catch the camera
Okay,
later.
get up here.
Okay, dear Chief Minich, on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, this letter is sent to express sincere appreciation to the Shermansdale Fire Company, its officers and volunteers for their continued service to the community. The additional amount provided was considered following your request last year. We know the last few years have been hard. We wanted to help, and because of the additional funds provided by the ARP monies, Rye Township is able to provide you with a much larger donation this year. Every year it gets harder and harder to express in words of appreciation for all that each member of the Shermansdale Fire Company does and the 24/7 service they provide to their communities. In this day, it is hard to find the level of commitment and dedication your company displays. We are so very proud of each member, the officers, and especially you, their chief. Your entire lifetime has been devoted serving your community. Please express our appreciation to the officers and volunteers. Thank them for their service and just for being there when the need arises. With so much change in the world today, it is good that your company is faithful and the residents can rest assured that if an emergency situation occurs, Shermansdale Fire Company will be there. May God continue to provide you safety and bless you with good health as you serve your local communities. Best regards.
Thank you very much. Yep. Thanks a lot, Mike. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thanks for everything.
Letter and a check.
I feel safe
Thank
to say.
you.
Thanks, Mike.
Everything you guys do. You tell your volunteers too that we said thank you.
And you don't mind, we're going to go, the majority of our people are at a house fair.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And what your wishes is.
If it wasn't for those guys, my dad would not be alive. I mean, Pure and simple.
Yep.
Especially Jay, he was the first one there.
He takes that serious.
You betcha.
All right, we go.
Yeah. Moving on to municipal report, zoning code enforcement. Sum it up here. I have a copy of it, if you don't.
I'll just read. That's all.
Yeah, I gave you a copy. Yeah,
That's all right, that's all right.
That's okay.
Someone-
I'm sorry, Brandon, I took it.
No.
It was laying there and I signed in and I took that one.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Oh, did you?
That's all right.
Okay, zoning code enforcement, from Solenko Engineering Associates. We have 44 Idle Road, 1060 Valley Road, 3195 Valley Road, 601 Pine Hill Road. There's a lot of them here, so I'm not going to detail. 109 Woods Drive, 1190 Flowers Lane, 7 Willow Street, 3634 Beer, excuse me, Beer Point, 2075 Valley Road, 2105 Site Circle, 3122 Valley Road, and 10 Mossdale Drive. For a total of $1,229.01.
I think this was the busiest month so far.
Yeah, that's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, it's that time.
Sewage enforcement.
Their report's harder to read, I think, since they changed it.
It's a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Two items on the activity record, small flow treatment facility inspections. Now we're doing that in a 3450 Valley Road application permit for a total of. How did that
You
come
have to
to?
put them together.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna say, I have to jot.
Where is it? Is it ABC? Oh, there it is.
6125.
1375, yeah.
1375, so,
Oh,
okay, yeah, so there's all three of those added, okay. Sorry, 900. 900, 125 if it's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 that's
okay. Okay. Road report, Brad?
Yes, mow various township roads, install drain pipes on New Valley Road, clean ditches and pipes on Idle Road, cleaned up down tree, we had to go out early in the morning and clean up a down tree down here on New Valley Road. And take number 2 for inspection, we've been hauling millings that we got from the state out to Dean's Gap, and we've been rebuilding Dean's Gap. And I assisted part-time help over at the park. And we helped the trash company deliver some of the trash containers and installed the down stop sign there at Fletcher Road.
Nancy, do you have a rec board report?
Yeah. At our Strawberry Festival, we had over 92 people in attendance. We stopped counting at 92, and we had a few stragglers come in after that who weren't counted. So we had at least 92, a few more possibly. So we were pleased with the attendance. Our next event is Sundays in the park, and that's going to be on July 10th. And it's from 6:30 to 7:30, and we will have ice cream, toppings, snacks, and beverages. And then we have one more event coming up in July, and that's the time capsule dedication, which will be on July 25th at 6 p.m., which is just before your meeting. And we hope people will come out, and we're pulling items to put in the time capsule. So if anyone has any suggestions, for things from, what was the year, 2016? That we can put in a capsule, please, let us know, so we can include it.
And Brian Hummel will be here.
Okay,
He did confirm.
good.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you very much. We don't have anybody for emergency management. do we? Okay. Financial treasurer's report.
Okay. The general checking account began with a balance May 1st of $266,168.65 and receipts of $46,949.37, expenditures of $54,370.83, $24.54 in interest, leaving us a balance June 1st in the general checking of $258,771.73. The Pennian checking account had only interest activity and had a balance June 1st of $561,926.25. The ARP money had only interest activity and had a balance June 1st of $124,838.98. The general savings account had only interest activity and had a balance June 1st of $2,589.32. The Appeals Fund checking had only interest activity and had a balance June 1st of $540.63. The Appeals Savings Money Market had only interest activity and had a balance June 1st of $2,663.51. And I've not heard anything back about the second ARP money that we should be receiving, but they're telling me it's supposed to be a little later than the one we got last year, which was the last week of June. So I'm anticipating that in the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping.
Thanks, Steve. Moving on to resolutions, resolution 2216, transfer from and checking the municipal easy access CD.
Okay, when we took this out, I looked at this a year ago, and they had a really fantastic deal for municipal checking at Pennian. It was 40.40% versus what we were getting at 0.20%. But it has, in the meantime, it has decreased to 0.20%. We were actually up to 0.60 because we had over 500,000. They have dropped it, and I'm not sure why, they just dropped it. So I'm proposing taking it out, most of it out of that checking account and putting it into the easy access CD at 0.35%. It will gain us a little over $800 more by doing that. And maybe with the interest rates going up, it might be bumped up a little bit more. So I at least like to take it where it's still liquid, you have access to it if you need it, but it would gain us, like you said, 300 some around.
Okay. Make a motion to approve resolution 2216. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to resolution 2217, renewed rollover at maturity, 2 easy access CDs at Pennian Bank in the lake terms for future land purpose and solid waste.
Yes, these are just in that easy access municipal, and at this time, I just think we should just leave it in there because, like I said, the rates are continuing to climb. So we can roll it over, and they even told me, the auditors told me I didn't even have to do a resolution. But I think it helps keep it straight, and then sometimes Nancy will say, this expired, what'd you do with it? I'll say, it's here on the resolution. So, because we track those CDs, we have to. There's just so many of them, and the auditors are always trying to follow. So we have a good tracking system for them. So this is just documenting. It's going to stay where it's at. They allow us to renew it. We don't have to go up and sign or anything. They just let it roll over into the same like CD.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2217. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to new business, reorganize the board in the interest of time, and I think everything fits just with what John Stahl was doing. Sean, I'll make a motion that Sean takes all the responsibilities and roles that Supervisor Stahl had. I'll make that motion if there's a second.
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Do I need to abstain?
No.
Aye.
Yes, you have to accept it.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Sean. Increase mileage for personal vehicles to the IRS rate of .625 effective July 1st of this year. Great, take that motion. I'll make that motion. Do we have a second? I'll second. Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Engineering, so, we've got, Glaze and Glaze and HRG.
It's just Glaze Associates now. It used to be Glaze.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's just Glaze Associates and they told
Do we have anything right now pressing that's,
We do not have any active plans. I do not know of anyone that's told me they're coming in with a plan. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean they won't, but.
okay,
Not for July. at least
Planning
right
Commission
now.
has actually canceled their meeting for July because there's no business or no inquiries.
okay.
So, and plus it was bad for several of them, right there after the holidays. So they just canceled, instead of rescheduling.
Okay. I haven't looked at, I don't know about you, John, I haven't looked at the cost yet comparison. Do you know how the big place compared to what we were paying?
Glaze is more in comparison to what we were paying.
Okay.
Then, I just looked at them briefly too. I
Yeah.
really didn't get a lot of time to go through them.
Okay.
But Glaze is more of a smaller
They're the smaller firm.
and their costs are down.
Okay, okay. If you gentlemen are okay with it, I'd like to table it for this evening, not appoint an engineer until we look more.
To put it on for the next.
Next.
You can just make that motion.
I'll make that motion. Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Daisy. Moving on, I don't know how many of you folks have heard our solicitor has resigned. Other priorities, so I'll just read his letter here quick, dated June 10th. The time has come for me to resign as solicitor. I'm not retiring, and this is Dan Altman for folks who may know. I'm not retiring, but I need to reduce the number of evening meetings. There are some weeks I have 3 or 4 night meetings, which can be hectic. I've needed to do this for a while, but wanted to wait until a third supervisor was appointed. This is a difficult decision, but one I must make while I'm still able to enjoy spending time with my family. If the board wants me to continue serving as solicitor for another month until appointing someone else, I will do so. Very truly, Dan Altman. As far as finding a replacement, Sean's suggestion was Paul and PSAP, which I did, and spoke to, what's his name? No, gentleman there. He does the training for the boot camp, because I recognize his name.
Scott Irvine.
Thank you, Scott Cover.
I know it is.
Yeah, and he recommended 3 firms initially, and then he got back to me and said that, well, 2 of them probably would be a good fit, a third. So we'll dig into that further and see. Firm that he did recommend, I then talked to Dan Altman and said, hey, are you familiar with this firm and this gentleman? And he said, yeah, he would do good job. So that's a start.
Okay. So, are you accepting the resignation tonight? Or
Oh, no, we'll accept the resignation tonight, thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second?
Aye. Begrudgingly, aye.
Yeah, because I don't think, it's not like when a supervisor resigned and we had to, have a certain time period. The
Right.
solicitor, that's not the case. We can accept his this evening.
You can always get individual, if you don't have someone actually appointed, then you
Reach out
need
to
someone, sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I think that was your, thank you for that. Okay, moving on to item E, announcements. July 4th, Monday, the office will be closed. Trash will be collected Wednesday, July 6th. July 10th, Sundays in the park, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30, rain or shine. And then July 25th, as Nancy was saying, at 6 p.m., so an hour before the next supervisor meeting, of dedication of the time capsule, light refreshments. There's a board meeting to follow after. So So I assume that's gonna be done right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Approval and payment of the bills, David?
Okay, I put, you have, the check register has the total on, but I separated them so you can see that the $10,000 check that was approved at the meeting for Marysville Fire Company was given to them at their banquet. So I made sure that all the check numbers continue, and I listed it separately here because that expense was in May. Shermansdale is in June. We kind of split it a little, but, level it off. So general fund check 17344 for $10,000 technically was already approved, but I just want, it wasn't on my check register that I presented. General fund check checks 17345 to 17389 in the amount of $38,685.27. There were no expense checks voided. Payroll checks 8066, 8069 in the amount of $4,198.11. Payroll checks 8070 to 8077 in the amount of $4,720.66. Payroll checks 8078 to 8081 in the amount of $4,141.98. There were 3 payrolls in June. That happens usually twice a year, and always seems to happen at the end of the quarter, so I can't do my taxes ahead of time. But anyway, there were no payroll checks voided during processing.
Make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second? Second. Brad, second. All in favor? Aye. And Daisy, you and Bob, thanks for going to Marysville and representing the township for the fire company, because Brad and I do it. Try to make it, and really appreciate that.
And they very much appreciate it.
Yeah.
Same way Mike.
Yeah.
They're very appreciative.
Well, they all do an outstanding job.
Thanks. Okay, moving on to the second portion of citizen participation. John Schulze.
Great. I had a couple of questions about the road work coming up that'll happen. The first one was, I was wondering who's going to inspect the paving job that goes on, and what are their qualifications? Or, is it an engineering firm or whatnot? Do you want me to keep asking, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The next one will be, when will the work be done, and how is it going to be done? And then the last one is about the pipes that were newly installed. I'm wondering why there's almost no pavement, not in accordance with the pipe manufacturer's recommendations or requirements, and then why there's it doesn't seem like there's any rock on the end section of those pipes. So that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, John. As far as who will inspect the pavement qualifications, I don't know that we have an answer for that at this time. I'm sorry, what was your second question, John?
The second one was, when will the work be done? Do we have a planned time frame, and what kind
that
of?
one, do we have a? Okay, yeah, we don't have a time frame.
The contractor is able to do it, I'm gonna get the other pipe put in.
As a side note, are they done hauling logs out of Tower Road?
Yeah, as far as I know, that's all mine.
They are done.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we did do it last year, wasn't it?
Oh, because,
I
log trucks
know.
don't really belong on new pavement.
Right, exactly.
Oh, no.
The question with that was, how are we anticipating our impact to traffic? Are they going to do flagging, or are we going to expect a detour closure?
Do we have a plan for that yet?
Well, the contractor's gonna be taking care of the flagging, okay? That I can tell you, and I guess they're gonna be setting signs up and stuff too.
Okay, so we don't anticipate a detour.
On Tower Road, there's no detour. It's one way.
Exactly. So I mean, New Valley and Lamb's Gap are the other two roads. So are we anticipating
They've got to
detour?
probably have a detour, yeah. They'll have to start a detour, yeah, when they're up there, yeah. It'll probably be for a day. Partial, yeah.
And if they tell me ahead of time, I will get it out to the email. If you know the day before or 2 days before, tentatively, I will certainly send that out. But I haven't heard from Mr. Johnson. Have you, he said he's gonna get in touch with you.
Yeah, he told me, but I told him I'm still waiting on water.
Okay.
And I got the plumber today, and he's
Oh, good.
gonna come look at it.
But it'll be after the 4th.
Yeah, I have
Yeah, that's not that far.
And what are the pipes for? Is that the Pierce Road pipes that are still sitting there? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and they're two getting replaced on New Valley Road. These other ones.
There was one more that I had there.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
Okay, it was about the pipes that were, newly installed on New Valley Road. The upstream ends of them only have like literally one. The upstream ends only have about 1 inch of pavement. And the pipe manufacturer says you're supposed to have 12 inches of stone and then the pavement on top of it. And I'm wondering, is there a reason we're doing that?
That's
Or?
coal patch on top of the pipe, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna dig it out, okay?
You're gonna dig out the pipe too?
You're gonna dig out the coal patch.
Okay,
And you're gonna put hot mix in there, okay?
okay. So
That's
that's,
what the plan is. So we didn't put it in there real thick, because I didn't want to spend all more money than I had to. We were gonna dig it out, throw it out, okay?
right. But we're only putting back the 2 inches on top of what's there, correct?
Well, the guy's gonna dig it down to where it's supposed to dig.
Yeah, but the pipe's there already, so it's already at 1 inch below the pavement surface already. You're gonna put 2 inches above it, it's only gonna be 3
Where
inches.
is it, where is it at 1 inch above the pavement?
If you wanna walk right out here and see, it's right out here. So, it's only 1.5 inches.
At the clean one side, and then it goes down like this.
Yeah, well, people drive over that. I mean, the one right next to it, 100 feet down the road, you already see the pavement dropping into the ditch, it looks like, so.
Okay, well,
Anyway.
we'll go out and take a look.
If you want, I have the specs sheet.
Yeah, if you would give us.
And you can see that it's supposed to be 12 inches, so.
Is it our copy to hang on to?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
It's
Any-
in the contract though, that they will put it in according to contract stuff.
The pavement, yes, not the pipe. We're to do that.
Was there any other citizen participation?
I have a question. So I'm new here to the area. So we were in Duncannon, we moved to Leawood. What is the email that you're talking about?
Oh, if you give me your address, I'll add you to the email notification list.
Okay. So you send out emails when something's
Not
going
a lot. I
on?
try not to be a pest. I only send out like I send out about the strawberries in the park for reminders. When the newsletter's done, I send that out. Sometimes
okay.
I'll send that, or it's electronically, out on our website. If there's road closures, or anything.
trash is delayed.
The trash is delayed. If it's unexpected, if it's advertised, I've done
If the trash is changed from Tuesday to Wednesday,
right.
you send out a
Sometimes I send
reminder.
that out. Anything, I think, when I start getting calls, that kind of alerts me too. Oh, I've got more than one call about this. Maybe other people are wondering, so then I will send out notifications.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Where did you move to?
We're in Leawood.
Where at?
What
We're
is your
at Lee-
name?
Oh, we're in Lone Oak.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that what you mean? What road?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in Lone Oak.
Did you sign in?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I have a
Oh,
question too, about the email thing. I'm supposed to be on the list, and I just found out about the email thing as well. Is there another form of communication that we could use, or at least get it around that there is an email? Like, I'm on the email list because I called in and said what's going on with the trash cans, then you put me on the email list, but I'm still not getting emails, and they may go to spam or something like that, but I'm kind of finding out things in the township by either Nextdoor, that app, or John. So is there a way that we could communicate a little better, or, I
You
mean,
can always call. That's probably the best way, but.
yeah, but like, okay, so my in-laws live on Tower Road, and you're saying that you're gonna send out an email. Well, my in-laws don't know about the email.
Tower Road, when that's gonna be closed, we're sending notices. Nancy already did labels for that, because that's gonna be a major undertaking. So we're gonna try to give them,
They
everybody,
will get a written
they will
notice.
get
Well, that's
written
good.
correspondence, so, yeah.
So is there a Facebook account?
No, not for the township.
Is there something else that we could do to get a little more, because I mean,
I think a Facebook account would be really handy.
yeah.
I don't know
Because
if
I
you
mean-
maintain it.
Yeah, that's it.
Or isn't that the
And-
secretary's fault?
CNN.
I mean, you just have to post what you're putting out on the
The
email.
website, there's something on the homepage.
For the end of July.
Sometimes I put alerts out there on the website. You want to look on the
The
front
Rye
page?
Township website?
Yes. There are, I forget what it says. I was out there all the time, but I forget what it says. But there's notifications out there also. When the roads are closed, that goes out there. Like when we close lands, that's a big thing. So, you know, that's, you know, or even New Valley, that's probably just about as busy.
So we just have to keep checking the website
You have
to
to
find
check
out
the
when
website
meetings
like
are
you
and
do on
when
Facebook.
things are happening.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah, so whether you check Facebook or the website, I don't know what the difference, and I'm not.
Facebook
And make sure,
notifies me.
People, yeah.
Okay.
It's a better way.
Like, an email is fine, but not everybody in the township knows about the email. I didn't know until I called and said,
It's been in the newsletter almost every time she puts it out. So if they don't read the newsletter, of course they don't
I
know.
read the newsletter, but is it like in?
It's in there.
On the bottom?
It's probably on the back page.
and then the last time, the post office didn't deliver half of the news. I
Yeah,
was so
so,
frustrated, but anyway, that's
what I'm
another
saying.
issue, was the mail.
I didn't see it.
But if you.
I didn't see what you did.
After the,
I didn't see it.
after the meeting,
Yes,
come up and
wasn't
give
in
me
the
your
last one.
emails again, I'll make sure that I have them correct. Make sure there's no
Well,
errors.
I mean, and we have friends in Leewood that they didn't know there was an email either, and they're in the township.
Well, that's
so
been
they-
out there several times.
And they
on
get the
newsletter.
newsletter.
And then they don't read it.
So
That's the
in the
problem.
Duncan and Borough, we had a call system,
I know.
and it worked excellent.
Oh, that's
Everything was
nice.
on that call system.
Right. I
And it
know.
was-
Well,
it was
we
great.
looked into that.
You looked into it, or you're going to look
Are
into it?
we supposed to write that down?
We thought we were
They
supposed to
didn't
what?
write it down.
Write it down if you want to talk. Thought you had a little.
Yeah, that's,
I mean,
okay.
We
We're not going to long, it was a valid question, it was about the email, how did they find out about it? Again, that's part of the frustration, Jackie, honestly. We try to put information out there. I'm guilty of it too. I didn't, until I got involved in the township, I didn't always pay attention to the newsletter. But we try, we try by whatever means we can. Daisy gets the emails out, they go out pretty often, with notifications. Are we perfect at it? No. Are we trying to get better at it? Yes. And that's why the Bob's saying, why are we talking about this? Because I think it is important. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know to talk about it until she mentioned it, so that's why I didn't mark it down.
And
that
we
it
have
was
maybe 50, 60, we have about 225 people now, so it's growing, I do get more and more.
So please, pass the word, because again, it's obvious it's important to you, and if you pass the word to your neighbors, then we get more people on it. It doesn't
When
hurt
someone
to have
calls me
more
about
people on it.
like trash, for a new, for new trash billing, then I'll ask them. I try to, I might forget some, but I try to say, okay, do you have an email, would you like, and sometimes they say, a couple have said no. But most people will say, oh, sure, okay, and give me your email, and then I'll put the lead on my contact list.
Sorry.
Of course, yeah.
Not that I want to make more work for myself, but in regards to that communication, just thinking outside the box, maybe on election day, have a box or something where people can drop their emails in if they don't know about it, and then it could be added to the list. They're here anyway, they're voting, they live in the township.
That's a good idea.
Would they be allowed to do that? I mean, with Carolyn.
You can have it outside. I'll talk to Carolyn about it.
Yeah.
Even having it outside, just with a piece of paper and a pen, just for people who don't know about it.
Sure.
It's a great resource. It's a great way to get the information.
As long as that's fine with Carol and the election board, that would be fine.
Yeah. I'll talk to her about it.
Yeah, if you could spread the word, that would be appreciated, because we've tried it here, and sometimes it works and sometimes.
We actually have 2 lists now, because there was too many on one, and I was getting a kickback. So I have 2 separate lists, and I sent both of them out. It's resident 1, resident 2, so we're growing, definitely growing.
Okay. Any other citizen participation? Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Hearing none, I make a motion that we adjourn.